Everclear's I Will Buy You a New Life, an interesting look at life, money, and trying to get ahead. And we're going to learn it together right after we check our tuning. So let's do that right now. Here we go. For the most part, this is a simple, straight ahead, no nonsense, no cutesy pie, fancy, jazzy chord kind of tune. Just like most of the greatest rock tunes of all time, this one is based around a handful of chords and a real strong hook that you're going to learn in a second. Speaking of the chords, let's take a peek at them. Now, most of these chords you should pretty much know. If you don't, it's not a problem. Just look at the bottom of the screen during the performance part of the tape, and that'll illustrate in detail what finger goes where, what string, what fret. If I throw a curve at you, I'll go ahead and explain it. But if it's pretty much a basic chord, I'll let the diagram lay it out for you. Okay, here we go. Your first chord is going to be a G. Now, you got to know a G. It's pretty much a G, right? No rocket science there. Your second chord is going to be a C. Not too tough so far. The good thing is there's only a few more chords to go. Third chord I'm going to show you is a C9. Now, that's essentially a C where we're simply taking our third finger and barring it across the first, second, and third string on the third fret. So what have we got? Follow me? That's a C9, and again, the diagram will illustrate it for you. A C7, what's a C7? It's essentially a C chord, like the one we did a couple of seconds ago, but we're going to add our pinky on the third fret, third string. C7, not too tough. Finally, actually two more chords. E minor. You know your E minor, I hope. Okay? And then only one time in the song, you're going to hear the band play a B chord, which they hit and slide down on the neck. There's a couple of different places you can play your B. I'm going to do it up here on the 7th fret. That's the third dot. 1, 2, 3. Third dot. Put your finger all the way across. Now we're going to get your third finger, put it on the 9th fret. That's 2 frets up, 5th string. Get your pinky, put it on the 9th fret, 4th string. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's your D string. And then the middle finger that's left hanging over, you're going to stick it right in the middle. That's going to be your 8th fret, 3rd string. You've got yourself a B. Let's take a look at the intro starting with the G. We're going to go right here, and the song starts off as follows. 1, 2, 3, and. Straight G chord. What I am doing on occasion is muting at the back of the bridge with my right hand. Since you already know what I'm doing with my left hand, maybe we can take a peek at what I'm doing with my right so you can see how I'm muting it. Okay? A normal stroke, you'd simply go. But that's not the sound they're using. They're doing a slight mute on the guitar. So you want to rest the palm of your hand right around the bridge. You do the exact same stroke, muting the strings, and it sounds like this. Now we're going to add a B7 to the pattern, which will be followed by a C and an E minor that come in around mid-verse. I'll show you. So, the intro. Now once the verse starts, see how I'm going back and forth? You're going to go back and forth from the G to the B7, and then right before going to the G, you will lift your second finger, which is establishing your B7 chord, and hit your open A string. All right? I'll do it very slow. Play along with me if you can. See what I'm doing? That's all I'm doing. At the very end, after that, it will go to a C, E minor, C. Let's put it all together. It'll make a little more sense. Okay? C, E minor, C, G. Starts again. G, G, B7. That last chord I added comes in at the end of the first verse. That's the C9. Okay? Once you get to the C9, you've gone back to the intro. Okay? I'm going to play it all for you one more time, just to make sure you've got it down. Although, again, at the end of the tape, there's the performance part where you play the whole song top to bottom. Let me give it to you just to make sure you're comfortable with it, okay? In real time, not slow. C, E minor, C, second half of the verse. Now we're leading to the C9, which ends the verse. Now this C9 takes you back to the re-intro, which is essentially the intro all over again. Give you a reminder. Notice I'm not muting. On the re-intro, second time you do it, you don't have to mute. I'm going to teach you how to do that lick. It's a little setup lick that they do before going back into the next verse. After you stroke the G for the last time, right from that position, you're going to take, depending on what you're comfortable with, I don't want to get into rules and regulations. This is rock and roll. The notes are G, A, sliding to the B. Now notice these are all on the E string, your sixth string, and they all have the dot markers. So if you want to go by dots, first dot, second dot, third dot, right? And then on the fifth string, fifth fret, which is also a dot, you will hit your last note. That's a D, in case you're wondering. So, what is the lick? See how I'm doing it? G, A, sliding to B. It's the first part. And there's your D. Let's do it in real time. Here it comes. Okay? This lick takes you to your second verse. After the second verse, which is exactly like the first verse, same chords, same form, so you're okay so far, you're already at the halfway point, we have our first chorus. The chords for the chorus are chords we've already gone over. G, B7, E minor, C. Those are the four main chords. Now on the very last chord you hit, at the end of the chorus, you will turn your C into a C7. Okay? Let's try a chorus. I'll do it slow. B7, E minor, C, G, B7, E minor, C. Again. Here comes your C. Now I'm going to do it one more time. I will buy you a new life. Now you're going to notice two things. In addition to the C7, on the very last line of the chorus, I will buy you a new life, right? You do not go back to the E minor and the C that you were doing before.